I wish that God would send me a burning bush or strike me with lightning and give me a vision and an encounter with Jesus like Paul. Or just thought to yourself, what is God sending me other than more headaches, heartaches, and problems? And so I want to talk today about the three things that God does send us. From what I've seen, it's usually not some profound vision or a burning bush that talks to us. Typically, what God will do is he will start by sending us a choice. And we look back to the garden. Think about the Garden of Eden. Now, we had a choice. Eve encountered the serpent and he lured her into sin, but it was a choice because love does not exist without a choice. So every day we go through life, we get a series of choices. Now, depending on the choices that we make, which can be a reflection of our current state of character. Now, God is very concerned about our character, our heart condition. The world sees what's on the outside, but God sees the heart. And so our choices are a reflection of our current state of character. Now, God is very interested in shaping and molding our character. So depending on those choices, we move into the second thing that God will send us, which is the challenges that we face. Now, depending on our choices, usually the challenges are a direct reflection. There's a direct correlation to our choices. I have faced many challenges as a result of my choices, both good and bad. Now, what happens is the reason that God allows these challenges, God allows these circumstances, allows pain and heartbreak and all of these things into our lives is because these challenges are an opportunity for us to grow. As we are stretched and as we are pulled and as we are torn, that the pain will cause transformation. It will push us into this state of metamorphosis where we will cocoon, we will liquefy, and then something new is created. And God is very interested in creating things. He spent 6 days doing it. So my point is with the challenge is that as we go through challenges, as we face consequences, whether they're natural or self-inflicted or a divine act of God himself, the challenges that we face in life are there for a reason. It is a tool, just like emotions or anything else. It is a tool for us to build a map. We can build a map towards progress by facing our challenges, learning ways to overcome them, and developing the character that's necessary to overcome the challenges. And what that leads us ultimately into is the third thing that God will send us, which are questions. So at the end of our choice challenge season, we're often left with questions. The why did this happen? What could I do different? What did I do wrong? What did I do right? How can I avoid this in the future? Those questions are an opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to use the most powerful tools that God has ever given us. When Jesus Christ died and tore the veil, we now have direct access to God through prayer. Questions are a great way to come to God and ask him. It says, seek, ask, knock. So when we ask God, he wants to answer, and this is the second most wonderful tool that we have. We get to pick up the Bible and just read his word so he could speak truth into our lives, so that he can shed light in the darkness. He can reveal sin. He can reveal defects of character. He can open up the eyes of our heart to new ways of thinking, new ways of processing information, new ways of seeing painful events. When we can shift our perspective on our pain and see that good came from it, we have a much healthier outlook on it. So when we go through a season of choice, and thus as a result face a season of challenge, we can come out with our questions, take them to God through prayer, and then receive answers and insight by picking up his word and reading it. This is the 3-step process that God uses to send things into our lives. I hope God's speaking to you right now. Please click the subscribe button. And if you're interested in how to put faith over circumstance, I want you to tune back in because I've got a good video coming for you soon.